also said that, that Arshad Warsi got the biggest publicity of his life.
See, I've only heard what he has commented. It's about a dear person, very dear person to all.
When you say that he got the biggest publicity, do you like, when you introspect, do you feel
No,
that
no,
that's
see, Arshad Warsi ji, so he can rip the films apart or the actors also.
Of course, I'm sure you're aware that yesterday when you were asked that question about, Arshad Warsi's comment on how he thought Prabhas's character was presented, and he was quite disappointed that, he should have been presented in the style that, he deserves. And when you reacted, you said that, let's not give that comment that much attention. And you also said that, that Arshad Warsi got the biggest publicity of his life in this.
It's not, it's not a, I know I've seen that on online, how when the language is translated into English, how it might sound. And that always happens with social media. But but again, see, I've only heard what he has commented. Because it was all over the social media, the cut pieces like this only, how they have put mine. And it's about a dear person, very dear person to all of us, right? And when it's about a person you really love, you kind of immediately react also. It's like, why are you giving so much of importance to an unimportant matter, is what I've asked also. So, but after that, now, because after seeing a lot of, reaction on social media, I went back home and I watched the entire video. But now I know, I understand that everything through media, through social media is being blown out of proportion. And I'm seeing that this morning, the reaction is also being blown out of proportion. So I think end of the day, see, we're all actors, and when I think whether it's, see, Arshad Warsi ji is a very good actor, and we all loved him. Not South, not North or anywhere. We all loved him in Mumbai. Okay, Mumbai is like a household movie for everyone, for all of us, right? So I think we have to choose particularly because we're actors. We sit in our, with friends in our house, and we'll talk about all films. We can rip the films apart or the actors also. We being actors, sometimes we need to be extra careful with our choice of words sometimes. So I think in that way, him and me both are victims this time.
But do you feel that when you say that he got the biggest publicity, do you like, when you introspect, do you feel
definitely. My choice of word was
that
word was my choice of word was also poor, and I feel, and I think the biggest thing you can do is accept your regret. But I'm saying, what I'm saying is also, but that sounds so much bad when it's translated. But in the situation, and it was like to a journalist who was constantly trying to bring up that question everywhere, which in a not so relevant thing. It was trying to say, you guys are giving so much of publicity. Why are you giving so much publicity for something which is not so important? Why are we even, like, someone mentioned their opinion or whatever. And there's so much of thing around it, and so that's how it started off. But because it obviously will be a reaction, and but it's, I think, see, that work side, actor aspect is different, and then obviously I know one comment from that side or this side will be blown out of proportion in today's media day and age, and I think we have to deal with it. And if we did slip something, then it's high time we take responsibility, whether it's him, me, or someone else, we take the responsibility, and we have to go through that whole phase and then only move on. And we cannot, because sometimes emotions are strong, and you will react on something, and you might feel that it was unnecessary, why did I, and but you cannot, like our movies concept. I think we all need to have a one day to react, not react on the same day, so that we can really gauge our words much better, and then we can say it.
But Nani, do you feel there is love between North and South? Industries are, and I ask this because I see actors genuinely coming out and saying, we love Prabhas, or Shah Rukh Khan going and saying, at the Locarno Festival, that South is,
and almost you see my initial interviews or anyone, I have been a big fan of directors, actors here, and we have grown up watching those films. So there's always been, see, there's always, even whether, if let's say, for example, in social media, in Telugu itself, there will be fans fighting for each other, right? So it's just every day you need a topic for a war. for
That's
a fight.
true.
Okay, and that's how they spend time there. That's how they spend the morning to evening. That's like a excitement for today. Okay, now let's fight on something else. Let's now argue on something else. So you see this difference a lot more in the show. But let's stop taking that seriously. In general public, when we meet, we don't think north, south, A, O and all that. We'll maximum the difference will be about your favorite food items, my favorite food item, and what do you guys, you know, we'll want to know more about each other in real when we meet. And cinema is celebrated now. Particularly, I think cinema is celebrated across. It's not Hindi cinema, it's not Telugu cinema, it's Tamil cinema. Every movie is celebrated across the country. And I don't now. I first of all, when they say north south itself, I feel it's India, and these are all we are one. It's like different studios we are. There is Indian right now. I feel in 2024 there's Indian cinema, and we're all like studios operating from different. We are a Telugu studio, then there's a Tamil studio, and there's a Hindi studio. It's like how you have. One Rama Naidu studio or
Yash Raj.
Yash Raj studio. It's like we are studios. We are studios operating from different places and making, that language films and taking it to the rest of the areas to distribute. So I think we're in a much more better space right now when it comes to cinema. And in general, for the respect towards each other or how we express it in however, whenever we get a chance, it's a lot more than before. So that is why I guess now even the smallest of small things will be triggered, a lot more because we haven't been seeing this. See, now if this was happening every single day, by now people would have stopped caring. We've been seeing love across industries for so long, right? So that is why I think his words or my reaction or everything will be a big news. It will be like everybody will want to talk about it or anything. But it's okay. Nobody like in
it's
few
not
days.
Saturday today, so why do we need to worry?
I might bump into Arshad Warsi ji, and we might give a hug to each other also. And like, oh, that happened. We could have discussed. So it's not really, but there are the emotions are emotions, and then when you are having a conversation, and it's like you could be. Now, end of the day, what matters is Kalki is a 1,000 crore film. People love that film, and we all not doesn't mean that you need to or I need to or anybody need to like it. We all have our opinions, and everybody can share it, and he has absolute right to share it. But where it's choice of words can be because and who are we to correct that is a different thing. But when somebody asks us our opinion, then you react, right? Yeah.
Subscribe to Midday India. Get direct notifications on all our videos by clicking on the bell icon.